Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Phyllis Jackson. Welcome to City Talk. Well, Atlanta Police and Fire are offering bonuses to recruits with prior military experience. The city is offering a $5,000 bonus to veterans and reserve members in good standing. Deputy Chief Stacy Gibbs says the police academy works with former military members to help them adjust to their new role and their new career.
Historically, we've shown that veterans are good officers, and we have a police academy that is well equipped to help transition them into 21st century policing, which is a guardian mentality.
The bonuses were established by a special fund that was part of Mayor Kasim Reed's 2018 budget. Recruits who successfully complete either the police or fire academies are eligible for the bonus. Well, school is back in session, and that means kids will be riding the big yellow bus once again. Fulton County Schools recently showed off their new propane-fueled school buses. The county's fleet now includes 90 of these environmentally friendly buses, which are 75% cleaner than what current emission standards demand.
Will significantly reduce the amount of carbon dioxide and nitrogen oxide pumped into our community's atmosphere.
The new buses are predicted to save the district around $3,500 in fuel per bus, or $315,000 per school year. They also include 3-point seat belts for extra safety. Atlanta Public School students are back to school. Sixth graders at John Lewis Invictus Academy are still on cloud nine from a special visitor on day one.
I'm so honored to have a school named for me. Honored. And I tell you, I'm going to come back and visit the school over and over again.
Congressman John Lewis advised the students to read, 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 and never give up on their dreams. Not only the students, but parents, teachers, and APS staff members were also moved by the civil rights icons showing up for their first day of school. Well, there's nothing like a nice stroll throughout the neighborhood. For Atlanta City Council member Howard Shook, a stroll is an opportunity to multitask. Shook's creating a fix-it list as he walks along, and we decided to tag along.
The street's in pretty good shape, hadn't changed much since the last time I was on it. It does have some rippled areas where pine tree roots have pushed the pavement up. That may need some spot work by Public Works, we'll see.
Armed with red sneakers and a water bottle, Atlanta City Council member Howard Shook takes it outside.
Yeah, this street could probably use some resurfacing. Problem is, council members only have enough access to funds to do 2, 3, maybe 4 streets a year, depending on the length of the streets, which means, unfortunately, we have to pick the worst 2, 3, or 4 streets. Here's an example of the rippling that inevitably gets caused by these big pines.
He's walking the streets of North Buckhead in search of problems he hopes to see addressed soon. Problems like potholes, cracked curbing, missing street signs and water lids, among others.
I walk along, and as I see a flaw, I'll take a picture of it with my cell phone. Then I will send that to the appropriate department. The image is coded with the exact geographic coordinates, so the receiving department's going to know exactly where to go.
Well over 200 streets, logging about 32 miles or so, generating a list of issues in need of repair, going out on mornings, evenings, sometimes twice a day, occasionally alone, or with his Australian Shepherd. Shook says the action really profits the 7th District and gives him an opportunity to capture the challenges firsthand.
The city uses consultants to look at paving conditions and prioritize what roads need to be resurfaced, but they don't look at sidewalks. Then we have sidewalk consultants, but they don't look at street signs.
It's not his first jaunt through area neighborhoods. He did it back in 2010 and sees it as a way to expedite solutions.
The things that really catch my eye are sinkholes. They're both relatively small, but you don't know how big the void beneath is, and you don't know at what rate that sinkhole is going to enlarge, and that, of course, can create a real safety problem.
A proactive move, one constituents seem to respect.
It's fun. I meet a lot of friends and neighbors, people that I know as I tour around. I think they appreciate knowing that I'm I'm out here, taking a first-hand look at things.
Atlanta residents now know a bit more about an initiative designed to make the city physically, socially, and economically stronger. The Resilient Atlanta Open House was recently held downtown to give the public a chance to ask questions and really understand the importance of the initiative.
People were really interested mostly in affordable housing, transportation, and equity. So no surprise there, those consistently have ranked as the key areas of concern. But it was really helpful to get some one-on-one feedback on initiatives that people are doing in their communities.
In May of 2016, the City of Atlanta launched Resilient Atlanta as part of the 100 Resilient Cities program, pioneered by the Rockefeller Foundation. The program has already been a great resource for Atlanta, as it's allowed the city to tap into a global network spanning 6 continents. Atlanta's public safety apparatus is packed with specialized units most of the public doesn't even know about. City Talk's Troy Danicus introduces us to Atlanta Fire Rescue's Swift Water Dive Team.
You could be forgiven for thinking Atlanta, a landlocked city, lacks the ability to rescue people from the water. And before 2010, you'd be right.
The Swiftwater Dive Team was established in 2010 with the support of Felicia Moore, council member. There were floods in 2009, and from there she started the initiative and got the ball rolling. And with the support of the mayor's office and the budget funding and the heads of the department, fire chief and all the deputy chiefs, we were able to initiate a Swiftwater team. Who needs a PFD?
The Swiftwater Dive Team gave our cameras a brief look into the kind of work they do here on the Chattahoochee River.
Today we did a couple scenarios. We had a Swiftwater scenario, and then we had a dive scenario. We'll go straight back.
The team is regularly called out to assist in either rescue or recovery operations on the Hooch, but it's a well-known creek that keeps them busy.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on with Peachtree Creek, honestly.
People always seem to get stuck in Peachtree Creek, which our dive team members say is a deceptive place that could prove dangerous to the unwary.
Atlanta has a lot of low troughs and peaks, and that just happens to be one of those areas where there's a trough and everything just kind of congregates there.
You guys all having fun? Yeah, ask her. You having fun, baby? Good deal, good deal.
So when you next step into the water, whether it's the Chattahoochee River or Peachtree Creek,
Respect the water.
For City Talk, I'm Troy Danicus.
Atlanta Fire Rescue's Swiftwater Dive Team will hold a full training session in September. You can count on ATL 26 to be there to see just how dangerous of a specialized job this is. A new facility on Atlanta's west side hopes to make the future much more promising for many of the city's youth. Mayor Kasim Reed, public safety officials, and members of City Council joined the Atlanta Police Foundation for the opening of the At Promise Youth Center. The center will combat juvenile crime by offering at-risk teens useful services to help them succeed in life. Trained counselors will offer assistance with school, mental health issues, and job training.
The city of Atlanta is not going to be like other places where we're just tough on crime. This shows that we're going to be smart on crime, that we're going to care about our kids.
Over 15 years ago, this building was shut down. It was a Head Start Center. Look at us now. This happens because of partnerships. This happens because of consistent engagement by the residents of this community, by the leaders of this community. I couldn't thank our mayor more.
The center also offers teens something fun to do when they're not studying. A brand new basketball court graces the center, thanks to the Atlanta Hawks. Well, it's already a very busy intersection, but now Piedmont Avenue and 10th Street in Midtown Atlanta is getting a lot more attention. Rainbow crosswalks are permanently in place to recognize the area's LGBTQ community.
I think it's lovely, it's add flavor into the city of Atlanta and, represent the neighborhoods very well.
Bringing the crosswalk back is really exciting to see the city responding to that, acknowledging that, and really accepting that.
Midtown's LGBTQ crosswalk follows a similar practice in other U.S. cities, including San Francisco and Philadelphia. There was a chef showdown at Atria Buckhead Senior Living Community recently. It involves Atria chefs engaged in a friendly face-off with the challenge of taking one ingredient and creating a very awesome recipe. Atlanta City Council member Mary Norwood and Council President Caesar Mitchell were among few celebrity judges from Atlanta.
Well, my favorite dish was the cornbread.
You know, it was really good because it infused a little bit of turkey, vegetables, potatoes, Parmesan, cheese. It was really good. It's really good, but all the dishes were great.
They have the best food here I have ever ate in a senior citizen home, and I've been to a lot of them. And I'll tell you what, I'm staying right here. I done moved in almost everything.
It was so clever. Everything revolved around corn. Absolutely all of it was wonderful, and the residents seemed to enjoy it.
The Chef Showdown is held annually at Atria Buckhead. Well, stay with us. Coming up, we'll be talking to Atlanta City Council member Andre Dickens.
Yo soy un inmigrante. Yo soy Atlanta.
In Jeheko Klo Nimba Biene. In Kemeni Jeheko Klo Domoshi. I am Atlanta.
私は移民者と立ちます。私はアトランタです。
मैं इमिग्रेंट के साथ स्टैंड करती हूँ और मैं अटलांटा है।
I am an immigrant. We are Atlanta. Everyone.
우리는 이민자들을 지원합니다. 우리는 아틀란타입니다.
Je suis franco-américaine et la ville d'Atlanta soutient l'immigration et la diversité. I am Atlanta.
We are welcoming Atlanta and we stand with immigrants.
Africa's best and brightest converge on the campus of Clark Atlanta University. Representing 19 countries, these leaders are part of a unique program that will provide training to benefit themselves and the citizens of their homeland.
So if you're not giving them what they want, they're not going to cooperate.
Clark Atlanta University. Professor Whitlow's class talks business and the right way to run it.
You want them to win. You're working for them to win.
Engaging subject matter for these unique business owners and community leaders who hail from Africa.
If you are just pretending to do what is good for them on the surface so that you can get what you want, then it's manipulative.
The group is part of the Mandela Washington Fellowship for Young African Leaders.
I teach them the tools to put the data together and create a good business. But I do that through the fundamental tool of care about others. So your mission has to be fundamentally a ministry that is going to make the planet a better planet, not just you a richer person.
It's the 4th year of participation for the university and was initiated as a partnership through the U.S. State Department. A 6-week intensive of entrepreneurship and leadership training. This group of 25, part of 1,000 fellows picking up coursework at several American universities this summer. Clark Atlanta's program, developed and established by Dr. Mesfin Bazuna from the Economics Department.
The biggest portion of this program is not here. It's when they return. So when they go back, they will become alumni, they will participate, they will become board members, and they're going to do what we do here, they will do for others who never had the opportunity to come. So you can see this multiple stage of growth. That's why this program is unique, absolutely unique.
Unique and potentially generational. A massive opportunity for these fellows who are picking up useful tools, advice, and guidance. There's also a cultural exchange, as most are visiting the U.S. for the first time.
Since we've been here, I learned a lot about how to, make a business plan. I can tell you for sure, I've been doing business for 2 years, but I never had a very efficient business plan. So from 1 week, I was able to make a business plan and then define a mission, define a vision, be really specific on what you're looking for, know your market.
If you don't really know what you want, if you don't love your business, you can give up. So I just listened from the others that they didn't give up, they followed their dreams. And also it inspired me.
I come from Tanzania, home of Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa.
A recent visit to Atlanta City Hall included a tour and a luncheon hosted by Atlanta City Council member Andre Dickens, who spoke about Atlanta's past and its future, along with his own personal business success and his challenges.
The economy crashed, took us down. When the economy tanked, I had to take a loss.
A business reality check, all helping to shape the fellows' experience.
And we have so many opportunities when we reach out and exchange ideas, exchange and have real genuine relationships across the world. And so I just am thankful to have this opportunity to host them along with Clark Atlanta University.
Also thankful and emotional Dr. Bazuna, who sees the legacy this fellowship will leave behind.
This program means to me is finally, before the end of my career, I'm going to make some impact. So I'm very emotional, and I feel so good in devoting my time just day in, day out for the last 5 years. Because these young people are the hope of Africa.
Well, a very emotional story, and we're joined now by one of the subjects of that story, of course, Atlanta City Council member Andre Dickens. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me, Phyllis. Good to be here.
We're glad to have you, and you have been a busy man. And, you know, we just saw Dr. Bazuna there, quite emotional about this incredible event and program that you were fortunate enough to be a part of. What did it feel like for you?
Yeah, it felt great to be a part of it. I was learning from them as they were learning from us. To be able to be in a, so to speak, an exchange program of ideas with young African leaders from all over the continent, and working with Clark Atlanta and Alfreda Stooks. These guys were business owners already in their young age, and I was a business owner for 10 years, starting at a young age, and so we could collaborate, we can talk about ideas, and a lot of the businesses that they're doing are going to really change their families, their communities, and some of them were so big they may make it across over to America.
That's incredible. You know, one of the young fellows we interviewed spoke about how he's so excited about the information he learned because that information that we take for granted is just not available in Africa, which is why they needed to come here to gain it.
Right, 1,000 scholars all across the continent, 25 of them came to Atlanta, and we spent a month with them at Clark University, and these guys learned a lot. And I was just so excited to be able to host them here in City Hall, and we talked about what Atlanta means to the world, from Coca-Cola, the Olympics, but also about our civil rights and human rights connection that we have. And they were really interested in that, and we talked a lot about integrity in business. So no matter what business, because some were in fashion, some were in technology, some were in just basic banking businesses and things of that nature, all across those spectrum, we were also talking about ethics and integrity and how that's going to sustain you more than your ideas. Sometimes somebody else may come with a better mousetrap, but that connection, that human decency, that goes a long ways, and Clark was sure to emphasize that.
Yeah, and you never fail when you go in that direction, right?
Never fail.
That's awesome. Well, you're also engaged in a number of other activities. Recently, you had the National Night Out. Talk to us a little bit about that. I think you had 7 or 8 stops along your tour.
Yeah, we're ambitious.
Yes, I see.
we had 8 stops for National Night Out, and the city had like 30 plus stops, and we couldn't do them all. But we had fun just meeting with residents and constituents in the community, and as well as our great public safety officers, police, fire, a myriad of other agencies were involved, Georgia State, Georgia Tech, and these communities hosted the police, hosted the firefighters, and we all got to see community being done, and it was great because it was the first day of school. So I was also able to see APS folks, these kids bouncing around and family. It felt like the first day of school, the first day of a number of many great things. So it's exciting, and we were happy to go to. We were on the north side, east side, west side, and south side.
All building community, and that's so important for neighbors to see law enforcement and all out there. It's a joint effort. And to see that happening and being executed and growing,
that's right,
is a big deal.
We all know that community policing starts with being in close proximity, having real dialogue with one another. You know, police are citizens too somewhere, and they actually, you know, want to engage, and the community wants to engage. And we were out there eating hot dogs, and some places went all out. They had fried fish and
So you ate a lot, basically.
Oh my gosh, my team was like, "Are you going to eat at all 8
Oh
of
my
these
goodness.
stops?"
Oh my goodness.
But you know, when someone says, "Here's a plate,"
You can't be rude and turn it down. You
I
have
was
to eat the
full.
food. Yeah.
I don't know how I fit it all in, but I did.
That's wonderful. And you're also fitting in a lot of things as we talk about the Beltline and moving on to a home owners workshop. Talk a little bit about that and what's happening for those residents along the Beltline and what they can do.
Yeah, this is a great time to think about that. Along the Atlanta Beltline, a lot of opportunities coming about, and we want to make sure those opportunities are for those individuals that have already bought a home and planted their flag, and they're living there, and we want to make sure they are able to stay in their home. Your home is your largest investment, and so we've created a home owners workshop, as well as the home buyers workshops that we've had. But these home owners workshops, we're telling them how they can stay in their home, refinance their homes, even get loans to do roof repairs, HVAC repairs. And if they're a senior or disabled, we also have free programs for them that we've created along the Atlanta Beltline to help them stay in place. Your home is important. My first home, my mom, I remember I was there when my mom first bought our first home when I was 5 years old, and seeing that in her eyes, you want to, after you buy your home, the next thing is you want to stay in your home and build community. And I did the same thing with my first home, and even my home now, 15 years. So home buyers workshops are important, but home owners workshops are important also.
That's amazing. And with little time here left, but we certainly do want to tell folks that you have a great event coming up related to seniors and the Beltline. Let's talk about that.
Yes, Phyllis, my third year of doing the Seniors Walk along the Beltline. We've taken a number of seniors, over 100 each year, up and down the Beltline, and we feed them, and we have great exercise and discussion. And they love it because they're seeing the city transform right before their eyes, and sometimes they hadn't even been on the Beltline. They're thankful. They call me now if they see me in the community, they're like, "When is your walk? I'm ready to go on that walk again. Let's have a good time." They wear their jerseys or shirts from their various high rises or community centers. So it's a great way to build community, and I just love those seniors.
Well, I'm sure they love you too, and we're so grateful you took some time out to spend some time with us.
Good,
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Councilmember Dickens, we appreciate it.
Hello, I'm Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed. The city of Atlanta never settles for less. It's who we are at our core. We're always working to be better stewards of our great city. Our drive and determination has positioned us to be one of the most sustainable cities in America, and we're leading efforts to be one of the most resilient cities in the world. A key factor of being sustainable is recycling. We must recycle because it's the responsible thing to do. But more than that, it's a way of life for the city of Atlanta to save taxpayer dollars and create well-paying jobs. Furthermore, recycling is just plain common sense. That's why our Department of Public Works and our Office of Resilience are working in collaboration with Recycling Partnership to help educate residents about how to recycle properly. Our new pilot program will inform residents on the most common recycling mistakes and improve material quality. In the first 8 weeks alone, our recycling enforcers will instruct residents when their recycling bins contain non-recyclable trash. For more information about this program, please visit our website, atlantaga.gov. Our residents have done a great job making recycling part of their everyday lives in Atlanta. Keep up the good work. Let's get into it.
For the last 7 years, Mayor Kasim Reed hit the links every July for a good cause. Year after year, he, along with some of the city's stakeholders, teed off in support of APS students who want to attend college. Sam Crenshaw takes us to the Piedmont Driving Club for Mr. Reed's final Mayor's Cup golf tournament.
I just want to say thank you. God has agreed with the weather today. Last year we toughed it out through the rain and we have been rewarded. Now let's go hit some balls. God bless you, everybody.
And with that, the 12th annual Mayor's Cup golf tournament got underway. The Piedmont Driving Club course provided a picturesque background on a beautiful day. This was the 8th and final Mayor's Cup for Atlanta Mayor Kasim Reed, who gave the honor of hitting the first ball to his father, who showed excellent form. Then it was the mayor's turn.
I hadn't gotten out and really played a lot, but it comes by about the 5th or 6th hole, it comes back.
Where's it been?
Oh, it's been in the mayor's closet. You know, since I've been mayor, I haven't had an opportunity to play a whole lot of golf, but it comes back. I get to play about once or twice a year.
Sponsors are what make this event such a success. The City of Atlanta has strong partnerships that share in the Mayor's Cup's mission.
We love coming out here every year and participating and supporting the City of Atlanta and the Mayor's office. We've been out here several years in a row, and we always have a great time. It's a great cause, and we're happy to participate.
And one of our big initiatives, corporate initiatives, is giving back to our community. And I mean, an event like this where we could provide scholarships to the students in Atlanta and city schools is just the perfect way for us to give back.
We have our corporate sponsors, our partners in the city who are willing to step up and ensure that we give these young people the opportunities of a lifetime, the opportunities that they deserve.
Last year, weather plagued the Mayor's Cup as the rains fell throughout the morning here on the course at the Piedmont Driving Club. This year, as you can see, conditions are much better, and from the people we talk with, so is the scoring. So how y'all playing so far?
Outstanding. We're defending champions. Yeah. So right now we're 4-5 under. Yeah. So that's all that matters.
Not feeling any pressure?
No pressure.
Man, we are 4 under through 4 holes now, so we're doing all right. We're hanging in there.
What's the secret?
4 good golfers, I guess, and keeping it in play.
So what had happened was, no, we're actually playing pretty good. I mean, we haven't bogeyed anything. We got a bunch of pars and we got a couple birdies. So we're looking forward to some more birdies and some eagles.
Okay. And eagles.
Oh yeah. We plan to win.
How you doing?
We're doing pretty well. We're hanging in there. We're holding our own. We got a good team though. We got some serious players that are helping me out a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah, it helps. Yeah. And I get to throw my ball sometimes.
On this day, scores are important, but the most important numbers are the 3,000 students who have received scholarships and the over $2 million that have been raised through an event that changes lives through the gift of education. In Southwest Atlanta, Sam Crenshaw reporting for City Channel 26.
Ever since the Falcons' heartbreaking loss in Super Bowl 51, fans of Atlanta's NFL team have been counting down the days to the start of the 2017 season and the opening of the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Well, the wait is almost over. That's because the Falcons have officially opened preseason training camp. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and company have turned a page on that loss to New England and are now focused on making a return to the Super Bowl. The fans, like the players, are ready too.
Optimism. I mean, everybody's looking forward to the new season, just like us. First day out, everybody's excited. Looking forward to what's to come, just taking it day by day, enjoying the process.
The Falcons will play their first home preseason game Saturday, August 26th against the Arizona Cardinals. It will be the debut of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Well, thanks so much for joining us on City Talk. We'll see you next time.